Hello friends, welcome to my channel Learn India 24/7. In the last video, we have discussed about business process, business system and goals, Six Sigma metrics, basic concept of lean, integration of lean with Six Sigma, and few basic lean metrics. In this video, we will discuss and understand below topics: Six Sigma roadmap in detail, Six Sigma roles and responsibilities, Lean and Six Sigma applications. Most companies start their Six Sigma journey with DMAC approach and later introduces design for Six Sigma approach when organizational culture and experience permits for the same. An iterative approach is necessary during DMAC implementation, especially when BB and GBs are new to the project. For example, after analyzing data, you may find that enough data is not captured to identify the root cause. Then you may need to go back to measure phase and collect the additional data. Also, it is necessary to have a prior knowledge of each tool required in each phase of Six Sigma. The selection and application of appropriate tool is more important than correctness of the same. Also, it is not necessary to use all the tool all the time or all the phases of Six Sigma. Now let's understand the deliverables and tools required in each phase of DMAC. In the define phase, we need to define the project goals and customer deliverables. Below are the requirements in the define phase. Define customer and requirements. Develop problem statement, goals and benefits. Identify champion, process owner and various team members. Develop project plan and milestones. Develop high-level process map. Often the below mentioned tools are used in the define phase. Project charter, process flowchart, SIPA for Popis diagram, stakeholder analysis, CPQ definitions, and voice of the customer and business. Once defined phase deliverables are completed, it is required to conduct a target review meeting. In the measure phase, we need to measure the process performance and quantify the problem. Below are the key deliverables in this phase. Define defect, opportunity, unit and metrics. Detailed process map of appropriate process. Develop data collection plan. Collect the data and develop Y is equal to FX relationship. And determine the process capability and Sigma baseline. Often these tools are used in the measure phase. Process flowchart, data collection plan with example, measurement system analysis or gauge R&R, voice of the customer data collection, process sigma calculation, and benchmarking. Next step is to conduct measure phase target review. In the analyze phase, one has to analyze and determine the root causes of the problem. Below are the key requirements in this phase. define performance objective, identify value, non-value added process steps, identify sources of variation, determine root causes, and determine vital few x's to develop y is equal to f of x relationship. Tools used in analyze phase are histogram and Pareto chart, scatter plot and regression analysis, cause and effect diagram, stakeholder analysis, 5i analysis, process map review and analysis, statistical analysis and hypothesis testing. Once all the deliverables are completed in analyze phase, we need to conduct analyze phase target review. In the improve phase, we need to improve the process by eliminating defects. Following are the key deliverables in this phase: perform design of experiment, develop potential solutions, perform failure modes and effect analysis, validate various improvement by pilot studies, and correct or re-evaluate the potential solutions. The tools used in improve phase are brainstorming, design of experiment, mistake proofing, simulation software, failure modes and effect analysis, and QFD or house of quality. Once all the deliverables are completed in improve phase, we need to conduct improve phase target review. In the control phase, we need to control the future performance. Below are the key deliverables in this phase: develop standard and procedure, implement statistical process control, determine process capability, develop transfer plan, handoff to process owner, close project, finalize documentation. Different tools used in control phase are process sigma calculation, control charts including variable and attribute chart, cost saving calculations, and control plan. Once all the deliverables in control phase are completed, we need to conduct control phase target review meeting. Friends, let's discuss on various Six Sigma roles and responsibilities now. Let's understand the role of project champion or sponsor in the Six Sigma project. It is the Six Sigma role at senior manager level who ensures that projects are aligned with organizational strategic goals and objectives or priorities. Also, it provides the Six Sigma team with required resources, removes organizational barriers, participates in project target reviews, and acts as a supporting hand for the team. Friends, let's understand the role of executives in the Six Sigma implementation. Successful implementation of any Six Sigma project need support from company level executives or senior executives. Executives demonstrate their support for Six Sigma projects through their communication and actions. Let's understand the role of black belts in Six Sigma projects. Black belts are full-time professionals who act as a team lead on Six Sigma projects. They are assigned with full-time role and responsibility to train and mentor green belts and lead all improvement projects using various methodologies like DMAC, DMADV, and DFSS approaches. Let's understand the role of master black belts in the Six Sigma projects. Master black belts have advanced knowledge in statistics and other related field of Six Sigma, and they do provide the technical support to Six Sigma black belts. Master black belts are assigned with full-time role to train and mentor black belts. Also, they lead the strategy to ensure improvement projects are the right strategic projects for the organization. Let's understand the role of green belts in the Six Sigma projects. Green belts works under the direction of black belt, assisting them with all phases of Six Sigma project operations. Green belts are typically less adept at statistical techniques and other problem-solving techniques. Friends, let's understand the role of process owner in Six Sigma projects. Process owner should be a senior person in the organization to allow the Six Sigma team to make the process changes easily. Process owner should be trained at least to the green belt level of Six Sigma training. Process owner is the individual who coordinates the various work activities at all levels of a process and has the authority to make the process changes easily. So friends, now let's discuss on few Six Sigma case studies. A plumbing product distributor company was not well received by its customers, and hence company was interested to find reasons behind this. Company decides to use Six Sigma DMAC approach. In the define phase, company uses tool called as Voice of Customer. Voice of Customer is an important tool for the companies which are not getting positive customer reviews. In this case, Voice of Customer analysis resulted into customer expectation of prompt delivery, correct product selection, and knowledgeable distribution team. Then company's Six Sigma team entered into a measure phase and did data collection and found that their order fulfillment cycle was not at par with other industry competitors. They found that they are taking 46% higher time to deliver than their competitors. Company was violating one of the main VOC requirement, prompt delivery of the product. Hence, customer was unhappy. With this, company committed to improve order fulfillment cycle time in the hope of improving customer satisfaction. Then the team ventured into analyze phase with the question in the mind, why is their product delivery so slow compared to competitors? Then the team decided to brainstorm and came up with 4 potential causes: the accuracy of the sales plan, safety stock issues, vendor delivery performance, and falling behind the manufacturing schedule. Then team conducted regression analysis to find which cause is causing more trouble. Then they created a Pareto diagram and found that 70% of demand is coming from 21% of the product, and there is not enough safety stock for these 21% of the products. In the improve phase, company decides to conduct monthly review meeting to ensure in-demand product stays in demand, and this is not the case of one-time fluke or one-time high in demand. In the control phase, team develops a control plan to monitor sales of best-selling 21% of the product. Also, team decides to have a yearly review meeting to see how well these products are being sold. If a product starts falling out of high demand, then that product would replace with product which is coming into high demand. Friends, I have used references from ASQ Six Sigma Black Belt Handbook, iSixSigma.com Lean Six Sigma online portal, SixSigmaDaily.com Lean Six Sigma online portal. In the next video, we will discuss on fundamentals of ISO and total quality management. So finally, if you have liked this video, subscribe to my channel and press on bell icon to get further updates from my channel. Bye for now, and thank you for watching this video.